Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Spoilers. Michael and Willow's future. Can they reconcile or just co-parent? General Hospital spoilers reveal the dust is settling after the explosive custody hearing for Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia and Serenity Mork-Mako, and Wiley Corinthos, Viren Weaver. But the rift between Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, and Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, remains raw. Get updates on the latest General Hospital news straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising. As outlined in our Michael's return from Germany was shocking on its own, but the courtroom revelation of his paternity of Sasha Gilmore Corbin's Branson's child has deepened their divide. Willow may soon be reeling from Drew Quartermain's, Cameron Matheson, deception, paying a nurse to Germany visit and toying with Wiley Corinthos's Viren Weaver feelings about his father's play in his life. Could a path to reconciliation, even just as co-parents, emerge? Or will their wounds and new entanglements keep them apart? Willow's resolve meets Willow's regret. Michael's fierce determination to secure custody, fueled by Carly Spencer's support and Drew's Washington scheming, has him standing firm against Willow. Yet, Sasha's in court hint at a softer side, one Willow might still recognize. Willow could come to feel regret for cheating on Michael and letting another man mislead her. Michael's new bond with Sasha and Willow's hurt might block even co-parenting harmony. Will regret open a door, or are they too far gone? Co-parenting or continued conflict? The custody battle with Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, and Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst dueling. If Willow distances herself from Drew, possibly after learning of his low blow play on Wiley's tender heart, she might seek a co-parenting compromise to stabilize the kids' lives. Michael, however, could resist, wary of Willow's judgment after her alliance with Drew. Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and Carly might push for peace, but Sasha's pregnancy complicates matters. Can they find common ground for their kids, or will resentment over a double dose of adultery prevail? A fragile hope amid chaos. A flicker of hope for Michael and Willow lies in their shared love for their children, but the road to co-parenting is fraught with challenges. If Willow acknowledges her missteps, Michael might soften, especially if he sees her break from Drew. Yet, his growing feelings for Sasha and Daisy, as well as the courtroom's lingering tensions, could keep them at odds. Are Michael and Willow going to be able to rebuild enough trust to co-parent effectively, or will their fractured past and new ties doom even this modest goal? The cracks in Michael Corinthos and Willow Tight's marriage are no longer subtle tremors beneath the surface. They're widening chasms, threatening to swallow everything they've built. As summer heats up in Port Charles, so does the emotional intensity between this once solid couple. But the big question remains, can they mend the broken pieces of their love? Or are they destined to become nothing more than amicable co-parents navigating a delicate emotional minefield? Get ready, GH fans, this storyline is about to detonate. Trouble beneath the surface. Michael and Willow have weathered storms most couples wouldn't survive. Leukemia, secret parentage, courtroom battles, the return of Nina as Willow's mother. It's been a roller coaster. And yet, they held on. But something has shifted. Since Willow's recovery and her return to work at the hospital, a quiet emotional distance has started to form. Michael, once the doting husband willing to move mountains for his wife, now seems distracted, often immersed in ELQ drama, buried in paperwork, or mysteriously slipping away to handle family business. Meanwhile, Willow, once clinging to the idea of a perfect nuclear family, now wonders if the perfection she envisioned was ever real at all. They smile in front of Wiley and Amelia, they kiss each other goodbye, but GH insiders know the tension behind those smiles is explosive. A war of hearts, Nina, secrets, and scars. A major wedge in Michael and Willow's relationship has been, unsurprisingly, Nina Reeves. While Willow is attempting a slow reconciliation with her biological mother for the sake of peace, Michael has made it clear that he doesn't trust Nina as far as he can throw her. His icy stares and clipped words say it all. But it's not just about Willow giving Nina access to the children. Michael's deeper fear is losing control. The situation brings back memories of betrayal, manipulation, and family chaos. He resents Nina's presence, and even more, he resents Willow for forgiving her. Behind closed doors, the arguments have intensified. "She tried to destroy our family," Michael recently snapped in a moment of rare vulnerability. "And now you want her in our children's lives?" Willow's quiet response: "I'm not forgiving her for you, Michael. I'm forgiving her for me. And for them." Lines are being drawn, and the chasm is growing wider. Jason's return complicates everything. Adding gasoline to the fire is the return of Jason Morgan. His reappearance in Port Charles has already shaken Sonny's world, but now he's also having unexpected ripple effects on Michael and Willow's future. Jason has always been a surrogate father figure and protector for Michael. And now that he's back, Michael has a sounding board who understands his worldview. Loyalty above all else. Protect your own and never let your enemies in. Jason's influence is pulling Michael further into the dark shadows of the Corinthos legacy. Right when Willow is trying to raise their children in the light, the tension came to a head during a private conversation between Willow and Jason at the hospital, where she expressed concern about Michael becoming too much like Sonny. Jason defended Michael, but it didn't go unnoticed that his loyalty may be encouraging the very thing Willow fears most. If Willow wanted a fresh start, a life without mob shadows and ethical compromises, then Michael might not be the man she married anymore. Family vs. love, Carly's meddling pushes the limit, and let's not forget the one-woman army known as Carly Spencer. Carly has never been subtle about her opinions, especially when it comes to Michael's personal life. She's fiercely protective of him and even more fiercely suspicious of Nina's redemption arc. She's also been whispering in Michael's ear about Willow being too soft, too trusting, and too naive. While she claims it's all out of love, Carly's meddling might be doing more harm than good. Willow recently walked in on Carly and Michael having an intense conversation in the Quartermain kitchen. Carly's voice raised, warning Michael not to let a fragile heart decide the future of their family. Willow didn't say anything at the time, but her retreat to the guest house that night spoke volumes. Is Carly helping Michael protect his family or driving a wedge between him and the woman he loves? A moment of truth. The therapy ultimatum. Next week, GH spoilers tease a pivotal moment. Willow gives Michael an ultimatum. In a tearful but composed conversation, Willow tells Michael she wants to try therapy, couples counseling, to see if there's anything left to rebuild. She admits she's struggling, that she doesn't want to throw away everything they've built, but she's not willing to live in emotional limbo anymore. Michael's reaction, let's just say, it's complicated. Part of him wants to try, another part resents the implication that he is the problem. Still reeling from being blindsided by Willow's willingness to forgive Nina, Michael fears therapy will become a courtroom for his every flaw. He stalls, he dodges, and eventually he agrees, but GH fans know Michael well enough to sense, he's only half in, and half-committed therapy might not be enough to pull them back from the edge. Co-parenting realities, Wiley begins to notice. While the grown-ups in Port Charles spiral through drama, little eyes are watching. GH spoilers tease an emotional storyline for Wiley. At 6 years old, he's perceptive. He knows when mommy and daddy are in separate rooms. He notices the silences at breakfast, the missed family dinners, and the strange tension during bedtime stories. In an upcoming scene sure to break hearts, Wiley asks Willow if Mommy and Daddy are mad at each other. Her attempt to reassure him only leads to more questions, in a tearful moment where Willow realizes how much their tension is affecting the children. This moment could become the emotional catalyst Willow needs to make a bold decision, whether that's fighting harder for their marriage or stepping away for the sake of stability. Enter Chase, an old flame reignites. And just when things couldn't get more complicated, there's Harrison Chase. Now married to Brooke Lynn and seemingly settled, Chase has had nothing but friendly interactions with Willow. But GH fans know better. There are still embers there. Tiny sparks buried beneath maturity, professionalism, and what might have been. In a moment of vulnerability, Willow runs into Chase after a particularly brutal argument with Michael. She confides in him. He listens, supportive and respectful, but the lingering glances don't lie. Could old feelings resurface? And if so, could they threaten to shatter what's left of Michael and Willow's already fragile marriage? Spoiler alert, a devastating decision looms. By late June, GH spoilers suggest Willow will make a heartbreaking choice. A source close to the show teases that Willow will quietly begin planning a temporary separation, not out of spite, but out of necessity. She needs clarity, the insider says, and she's not going to find it under the same roof where every moment feels like a battlefield. Michael, on the other hand, isn't ready to let go. He'll fight back, not with grand gestures, but with stubbornness, possessiveness, and just a hint of fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of losing his family. The drama will culminate in a July 4th cliffhanger where Willow takes the kids to the lake house for the weekend, and Michael watches her drive away, knowing deep down that this may be the beginning of the end. Can they find their way back? Despite all the heartbreak, fans are divided. Some are rooting for a full synchral reconciliation, an emotional arc that brings Michael and Willow back stronger, wiser, and more in love than ever. Others believe co-parenting is the healthiest path forward. Maybe their story was meant to be a chapter, not the whole book. The GH writers are leaning into the ambiguity. We're exploring what it means to outgrow someone you love, one insider reveals, and whether love is enough when your paths no longer align. Final thoughts. A fork in the road. As Michael and Willow stand at a relationship crossroads, the future is uncertain. Trust has been frayed, priorities have shifted, and the weight of past choices still lingers like a ghost in every conversation. Will they fight for their love, or will they discover that sometimes the greatest act of love is letting go? One thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same. Coming soon on GH. Jason uncovers a shocking truth that could fracture Michael's world. Nina receives a mysterious letter that changes everything. Harley crosses a line that may push Willow over the edge. And Willow faces an impossible question. Is love still worth the war? Stay tuned, GH fans. The heart wants what it wants, but in Port Charles, it rarely gets it without a fight.